Being 21 is a bit of a magical age. You're still young at heart, but now the world seems bigger, full of privileges, responsibilities, and intoxicating promises of what's to come. It's a time of transformation, a rite of passage. You can vote, for many, drive, and now legally drink. Some are in colleges, others in military, some are partying, traveling, chasing dreams. It's an age marked by possibility. But 21 isn't just another year. It's a milestone. It's the beginning of understanding who you are and who you might become. The thrill of independence, the weight of adulthood, the visions of a future that feels limitless. And yet for one Georgia woman, the excitement of 21 was stolen from her in an instant. What should have been the time of her life became the day she lost it, and at no fault of her own. She was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time. But that doesn't make her death any less senseless. She woke up, went about her day, she went to work just like any of us. A normal day until it wasn't. Until it became the day she never came home. It's a chilling reminder that life can change or end in the blink of an eye. That no matter how young, how full of dreams, how invincible we may feel, none of us are promised tomorrow. In this episode, we'll cover a case that is still unfolding. 2 suspects have been charged, but could there be more? For one family, justice has felt unreachable. But now, after months and years of uncertainty, answers may finally be within reach. Today, we take you behind the headlines to tell you the story of Brianna Long, a 21-year-old full of life and gone far too soon. Brianna Nichole Long was born on February 13, 2002 in Dallas, Georgia, just one day shy of Valentine's Day. And in so many ways, she embodied the spirit of that holiday. Love, joy, kindness. She didn't just radiate love, she poured it into everyone around her. Brianna was the kind of person that made sure everybody felt seen, valued, and cared for. Her empathy was effortless. Her kindness unwavering. If you needed a helping hand, she was already reaching out. If you needed a reason to smile, she was already laughing. She lit up every room she walked into. Brianna loved life. She loved people. Her laugh was infectious, and she was unapologetically herself, a rare and beautiful trait. She made friends easily, and people gravitated toward her. She was the kind of person you just wanted to be around, a force of light, a constant source of warmth. As her family put it, she never met a stranger. She had an incredible gift, the ability to connect with people from all walks of life. Confidence, positivity, and pure joy radiated from her, making her a magnet for others. Born to her loving parents, Brandy Nicole Spinks and Justin Tony Long, Brianna was surrounded by family who adored her. She was a devoted daughter, a best friend to her mother, and a daddy's girl all at once. She cherished her brothers Ryan Long and Blake Garner, and held a special bond with her grandparents, aunts, and uncles. Family was everything to her. She was her family's world, their everything. But Brianna was more than just a joy to be around. She was ambitious, talented, and fiercely competitive. A natural athlete, she found her passion in sports, particularly soccer, where she was known for her skill and determination. She was so talented in soccer that she was selected as a regional winner for Positive Athlete Georgia, a recognition program for high school athletes in the girls' soccer category representing Paulding County. She also cheered on the sidelines as a member of her high school's varsity cheerleading squad, bringing the same energy and spirit to the field that she did to everyday life. She was also a lifeguard, promising to keep others safe. But her dedication didn't stop at sports. She was just as committed to her studies as she was an honor student, balancing extracurriculars with academic excellence. She attended Paulding County High School in Georgia, where she was not just well-liked, she was loved. And not in that stereotypical popular girl way from the movies, but in the way that made people truly want to be in her presence. She had a way of making everyone feel special, a rare and beautiful gift. Her peers saw her light and honored it, selecting her for the school's homecoming court. And she wasn't just beautiful on the inside, her beauty shone on the outside as well. Brianna was crowned Miss Paulding County, a reflection of both her grace and spirit. She was actively involved in her school's Beta Club and Fellowship of Christian Athletes, proudly living out her faith. She was a devoted Christian, someone who loved the Lord and lived by his teachings, always striving to uplift others. Brianna had big dreams. After graduating from Paulding County High School in 2020, she was ready to embrace adulthood, eager for the next chapter of her life. She enrolled at Valdosta State University, pursuing a degree in dental hygiene, a perfect fit for someone as warm and welcoming as she was. She was excited to one day become a children's pediatric dentist. She knew early on that she wanted to help people, and what better way than through a career where she could brighten someone's day, one smile at a time. As her college graduation approached, Brianna was filled with excitement. She was a senior and finishing up her final clinical course at Wiregrass, Georgia Technical College campus. May 2024 was supposed to be her moment, her chance to step into the future she had worked so hard for. She was ready for the adventure ahead, ready to take on the world with the same enthusiasm she had for everything in life. But that day would never come. Before she could walk across the stage, before she could step into the future she had dreamed of, Brianna's life was cut tragically short. The world lost a bright and radiant light, a light that had touched so many and had so much more to give. And though she may not have had the chance to see the future she had envisioned, the impact she left behind, the love she shared, the joy she spread, will continue to shine. Because someone like Brianna, that light never truly fades. Like most college students her age, Brianna picked up a part-time job to help cover the essentials, rent, groceries, bills, all the fun adult stuff. She landed a job as a bartender at the Pier Bar, a lively beach-themed spot in Remerton, Georgia, just a short drive from Valdosta State. The Pier, formerly known as Flip Flops, has long been the go-to party destination for college students, earning a reputation as the bar in town. And here's a fun fact. Flip Flops was originally started by Ace Amerson from MTV's The Real World Paris. That reality TV connection only added to its buzz, with Real World and The Challenge stars frequently spotted there. Even contestants from The Bachelor and Bachelorette have been known to stop by, making it a true hotspot for locals, students, and reality TV fans alike. Over the years, concerns about safety in the Remerton bar scene, especially along the same strip as the Pier Bar, had been growing. Locals had voiced their worries time and time again, and television station WALB even ran a social media poll asking the public how they felt about the area's safety. The response? Overwhelmingly, people wished for a stronger police presence, with many pointing out that the area had a reputation for being dangerous. According to data from crimegrade.org, Remerton ranks in the top 25% of crime in the United States, with the district where the bar is located being one of the most dangerous areas. This statistic underscores the challenges and concerns surrounding safety in that part of the city. Lowndes County Sheriff Ashley Polk echoed these concerns. While he didn't want to discourage people from supporting local businesses, he did urge caution when visiting the area. He acknowledged that there had been multiple incidents of people getting injured along that stretch, reinforcing the unease that had been building up for years. Now, all this would come to a head on the night of Saturday, October 29th, 2023. It started as a seemingly normal shift for Brianna, just another Sunday crowd, with locals and students squeezing in one last night of fun before the week ahead. Nothing felt out of the ordinary. Her shift carried on as usual. Her shift came and went as the clock inched towards closing time at 2 a.m. Brianna and her coworker stayed behind, tidying up the bar, wrapping up another late night. Just a routine end to a typical shift until, in an instant, everything changed. One moment, Brianna was a 21-year-old college student, working her job like any other night. The next, in the blink of an eye, she was gone, leaving behind a world that would never be the same. It was around 2:30 a.m. when Brianna and a coworker heard a commotion outside the bar. And then, gunfire erupted. Stray bullets tore through the night, piercing the bar's walls. One struck Brianna, ending her life in an instant. Her coworker, also hit, suffered injuries but would survive. The Remerton Police Department rushed to the scene and quickly called in the Georgia Bureau of Investigation to take over. Both Brianna and her coworker were found wounded, but while one would make it, Brianna's injuries were far too severe. She was rushed to South Georgia Medical Center, but despite every effort, her bright light was extinguished far too soon. Shortly after the horrific crime, a spokesperson from VSU released this statement: "Our hearts are broken over the senseless loss of Brianna Long. The death of a student affects the entire VSU community, and every member of our Blazer Nation family sends the deepest expressions of sympathy to Brianna's family and friends as they process this devastating loss." The bar where Brianna worked had also posted a lengthy tribute to their fallen bartender on their Instagram account. Brianna's viewing and funeral took place at Clark Funeral Home and Chapel in Hiram, and a celebration of life was held at Paulding County High School, a place where Brianna shared her light, love, and passion for life with everyone she encountered. It was a fitting tribute to the bright positive spirit she brought to all those around her during her time there. Early in the investigation, the GBI determined that the shooting stemmed from an altercation outside the pier. Dozens of people were nearby when the gunfire erupted, and multiple vehicles were hit. But patrons who were outside the venue when the shooting occurred scattered in panic, fleeing for safety as bullets rang out, desperate to avoid being struck. The chaos and fear of the moment overwhelmed everyone as people rushed to escape the danger. In the days following, the GBI released surveillance footage of several men they believed to be connected to the shooting. The video showed the suspects walking along the Bay Free Place shopping plaza around the time of the incident. Investigators suspected these men weren't just in the area by chance. They were looking for someone. Authorities believed the shooting was gang-related. Despite the footage, months passed with no significant leads. No one was coming forward. Desperate for answers, officials announced a $25,000 reward for any information that could help identify the men in the video. The goal wasn't just to capture them, it was to bring justice for Hannah, her loved ones, and the community left reeling from her tragic loss. In November of 2023, Brandy shared the creation of the Brianna Long Foundation, a heartfelt initiative to honor Brianna's memory and continue her legacy. The foundation's mission goes beyond remembering Brianna. It aims to advocate for victims of similar tragic circumstances and establish scholarships in Brianna's name. The family is determined to carry forward Brianna's love for dentistry by providing access to dental services in undeserved communities and supporting aspiring dental professionals. Through this foundation, Brianna's spirit of service and compassion will live on, making a positive impact on many lives. A GoFundMe campaign was launched to support Brianna's family, helping to ease the financial burden they faced during this devastating time. As of the upload of this video, the fundraiser remains active with over $25,000 raised to assist them in navigating this unimaginable loss. Brianna's mother took to Facebook to draw a heartbreaking parallel between her daughter's case and another horrific crime that shook the nation: the brutal murder of 22-year-old Augusta University nursing student Laken Riley. Two young women full of promise, two dedicated college students, each working toward their future where they can make a difference both in their profession and their community. And two members of the class of 2020. No family should have to endure the unimaginable grief that both of these families now carry, and yet, right here in our own backyard, two families were shattered by senseless violence. No family should ever experience the pain of sending their child off to college only to have them murdered, Brianna's mother wrote. A devastating truth that serves as a call for change. May 4th, 2024 was supposed to be a day of celebration for Brianna, a day where she would walk across the stage and receive her diploma from Valdosta State University. But that moment, that achievement was cruelly taken from her. Instead of a day filled with joy and accomplishment, her absence was deeply felt by all who knew and loved her. Even though she wasn't there in person, Brianna was there in spirit. In a touching tribute, Valdosta State University, along with Wiregrass Georgia Technical College, honored her memory by presenting her family with her posthumous diploma, a symbol of dedication, time, and effort she put into her education. Her family was included in the full graduation ceremony, even participating in the pinning ceremony, making sure that Brianna's legacy was recognized. Brandy shared an emotional post about the ceremony on the Justice for Brianna Facebook page, expressing both heartbreak and gratitude. While nothing could replace the moment Brianna should have had, her family was thankful that her accomplishments and memory were honored. Brianna's family also had the chance to meet with her classmates, her dental family, the people she worked alongside every day. Through them, they saw firsthand just how much of an impact Brianna had, not only as a student, but as a friend, an aspiring dental professional, and one who truly cared about helping others. Brandy said, "The love they have for my daughter is truly heartwarming, and as a mother, this makes me so happy." Brianna made a huge impact on so many lives, and will always be remembered as a beautiful, intelligent, inspiring young lady whose light shined so bright, and we will continue to shine her light so bright. Months passed with no new updates, no leads, no arrests. As time dragged on, many feared Brianna's case would go cold, but her family never wavered. They held on to hope, believing with every fiber of their being that justice would come, that the men responsible for taking their daughter's life would be caught. Those long months of agony and pain stretched into a full year, a year without any new leads, with the GBI and police desperately pleading with the public for any new information or details. The family endured each painful day, hoping for a breakthrough, and then, finally, In early 2025, their pain began to ease as 2 men were charged in connection with Brianna's death. The long wait for justice had come to an end. At the end of February 2025, authorities finally announced the long-awaited news that 2 gang members had been charged in connection with Brianna's tragic death. Zion Clayton, 23, and Kamon Green, 21, both from Lowndes County, Georgia, were indicted with 1 count of malice murder. The 2 men are reportedly members of the criminal street gang 528, which has been linked to various violent crimes including murder, assault, and robbery. And this gang actually originated in Valdosta, Georgia, according to officials. This gang has also been linked to other firearm-related crimes in Colquitt County, Georgia, and Jacksonville, Florida. Zion and Kamon are among 7 people charged in a 44-count racketeering indictment. Thanks to the tireless efforts of GBI agents and local police, the men were connected to the fatal shooting. They're currently in custody in separate cases, one in Georgia and the other in Florida. This is a major step toward justice for Brianna and her loved ones. Southern Judicial Circuit District Attorney Bradfield M. Sheely highlighted the impact of gang violence on innocent bystanders, noting that many of the recent murders in the Valdosta area were gang-related. But this kind of violence doesn't just affect gang members, it destroys families and communities. Gang conflicts impact not only those involved, but every man, woman, and child who happens to live or work in the surrounding community. Attorney General Chris Carr said, "We will not allow this cycle of danger and devastation to continue, and we will not rest until those responsible are held fully accountable for their actions. All Georgians deserve to be safe, and we will keep fighting to ensure that justice is served." The GBI also announced that additional charges are expected to be filed in this case. It's heartbreaking because Brianna had no connection to the 2 men responsible for her tragic death. She was simply doing what she did most nights, working. And on that particular night, she was just moments away from finishing her shift, ready to head home. Another day and night had come and gone, but in an instant, everything changed. Her life was stolen from her by 2 strangers caught in the crossfire of violence that had nothing to do with her. Brandy, Brianna's mother, has a Facebook page for family, friends, and those in the community to stay updated and aware of her case. This is what she posted after learning about the arrests. "The justice system needs harsher consequences for these criminals who can't behave and wreak havoc in our communities. If someone gets arrested for murder, they shouldn't be allowed to have bond. My poor Bree was just at work with her friends, having a good night, unaware of the evil lurking around her. I wish there was something I could have done to prevent this from happening to her. I miss her so much, and we will never stop fighting for her. Thank you to the men and women who have worked so hard to find the monsters that killed my baby. Please keep them in your thoughts and prayers as they move forward with this case." Brianna was a light, someone who lit up every room she walked into, leaving a lasting impact on everyone she met. That light may have been tragically taken too soon, but it hasn't faded. Her memory lives on, not just in the hearts of her family, friends, classmates, and the community that loved her, but through the foundation created in her honor. Through it, Brianna continues to change lives, just as she would have if she were still here today. This case may not be fully closed yet, but one thing is certain, her family will see justice. And no matter how much time passes, Brianna will never be forgotten. Her story, her kindness, and her impact will live on forever. This case forces an urgent and necessary conversation about gang and gun violence. Gang violence doesn't just affect those involved, it spreads like wildfire, devastating entire communities and claiming innocent lives. Brianna Long was only 21 years old. She had dreams, a future, a life full of possibilities ahead of her, and yet in an instant, she was taken, caught in the crossfire of senseless violence that had nothing to do with her. That's the terrifying reality of gang activity. It doesn't stay contained. It reaches beyond its own circle, harming anyone in its path. The statistics are staggering. A 2024 survey by the Georgia Gang Investigation Association reports that Georgia has approximately over 127,000 known gang members and active associates, spanning nearly 2,000 violent gangs. These groups are responsible for an estimated 65% of all crime in the state. That's not just a number, it's an epidemic, and it should alarm every single one of us. There's just no justifiable reason why gang violence should be this widespread, this normalized. Brianna's tragic death is a heartbreaking reminder that no one is immune. This violence isn't confined to gang members. It can reach anyone, anywhere, at any time. And next time, it could be your family, your friends, or your neighbors. So what's the solution? Is it policed community outreach, stricter gun laws, improved law enforcement training? The truth is, There isn't just one answer. But what we do know is that we must take action. These numbers won't change unless we demand change. We must continue to raise the alarm, hold those responsible accountable, and work together to create safer communities for everyone. And most importantly, we must remember the lives stolen by this senseless violence. We must remember Brianna. Until next time, stay safe.